everyone. I know that I promise you we are going to be live. Yes, we are. Okay, we are here and we are good to go. There are a lot going on this week. This week has been more of, more of the Pella thing. Last week we were live, myself and Mr. Suleiman Abdul were live. Unfortunately, my location didn't allow me to have, effective internet. I was at a restaurant, for a business meeting, so we were a bit, lagging with internet. But today I'm in the studio, so yes, it's a comfort zone and the internet is up. And if you just joined, my guest is Mr. Abdul Suleiman, an entertainment critic or a Nigerian in the diaspora. We are here to expound on what is going on this week and say it as it is. Unfortunately, some of the guests I bring here, they carry them in mind. But today, we will try as much to be neutral, no bias, and then say it as it is. All right. So we are discussing. We'll talk about a whole lot of things, but the main point will be the Pella visit to Ghana. And I try as much to prune a lot of the things I share because I'm a Pan-Africanist, but we cannot close our eyes to what is going on. We saw on Kojo Sheldon's channel, Kojo Sheldon's boy, Scanty, saying that same as Shatawali is doing for Pella, he would want it to be done when, let's say, a Ghanaian celebrity versus Nigeria or Shatawali versus Nigeria. But, that is what I call naivety, and there are words that are coming. I don't want to use the words that are coming. I think Ghanaians are not well. I don't know whether I should use the word well read, well learned, or well exposed, or we make our our submissions out of emotions. Jackie Appiah is always mostly in Nigeria, enjoys a beautiful treat, nice treat for Jackie Appiah. Juliet Ibrahim is always in Nigeria, currently schooling in Nigeria. She has some beautiful treat, beautiful reception. They love her. Same as Too Sweet, and then same as Eddie Watson. We can say a lot. Kim Promise is loved in Nigeria. Camido, loved in Nigeria. Sarkodie then, loved in Nigeria. When we go back, VIP, loved in Nigeria. TikTok, loved in Nigeria. So it is emotions. Ghanaians, you see, and if you stand out, you are different. So I am just doing a pray up to today's discussion that why would people be on the other side about Peller's coming? Because Peller's coming, in a nutshell, if you look at the waves, I was reading through a lot today, has added up to Shatawali. Shatawali is now topping a lot of charts in Nigeria now. Shatawali is gaining relevance. So the young man is giving Shatawali some mileage in Nigeria and a lot of mileage. Let's understand that Pella is currently one of the most loved and streamed boy in the space. He carry oil. Shatawali's time is, I don't want to say it's past, but it's not as now. So it is what it is that we need both countries to move on like the days when Kenny's music was promoting both countries. Now, I want us to dwell on the first. Let's start with the shortcomings. A lot of Ghanaians, for this time, I don't know what is happening in our space, are in love with Pella. Are in love with Pella's coming. The negatives are few. Just that people are trying to get content out of it. So let's first and foremost, Mr. Suleiman, come to the narrative of Pella coming. Should it be more positive than negative for Ghana?
Thanks for having me once again.
Thank you.
Unfortunately, we couldn't have a healthy time last week because of the lagginess. So, thank God we're here today. Yeah, to start with, I don't even know what to make of Pella's coming to Ghana. What I think is that Shatawali is one entertainer in Ghana who has cracked the code of social media engagement. And he knows how to use social media to his advantage. If you ask me, I think I only know two songs from Shatawali, just two. And that's the King already. That one he did with Beyonce.
Yes.
And this this latest, the one he did 2 years ago that's making waves now. What's the name?
On God?
On God, yeah. Those are the only two songs I know from Shatawali. And I've known
Mm,
Shatawali a long time.
mm,
And I'm sure same thing goes for a lot of Nigerians.
mm,
What they know Shatawali for is his controversial, posture. You understand?
mm,
And that
mm,
is part of show business.
mm,
Because you cannot say you're in the show business game and you're not taking advantage of your presence being there all the
mm,
time.
mm,
That's what really matters when you talk about show business in the world.
mm,
I'm sure you don't know what Portable is saying
mm,
when
mm,
he speaks to Yoruba, but you see him online all the time.
mm,
You know. So the thing is, Shatawale knew what he was doing. He knew what he was aiming at when he brought Pella to Ghana.
mm,
He didn't just invite Pella to Ghana. He decided to, showboat, as it were, create a
yeah,
scene.
yeah.
You understand? That was for something. He was targeted at something, perhaps
Mm,
business, perhaps music promotion, and what have you.
mm,
And what he intended to achieve, he has achieved. He's got
mm,
people talking. He's in the news. He's trending in Ghana. Somehow has filtered into Nigeria, and people are getting
mm,
to see him. Now,
mm,
don't forget, he is a showbiz person, and
mm,
showbiz has to do with show. The show is what gives you the business. So
mm,
he's in your face. You are getting to see him.
mm.
That amounts to that counts for something. Now,
Okay.
on the side of feedbacks from the netizens online, let me put it like that. I think some Ghanaians have taken it upon themselves to be town criers.
Mm,
They have taken a full-time job in making themselves competition to Nigeria.
mm, mm,
Because trust me, if if Pella was not a Nigerian, you would not hear that much.
mm,
No, you would not even hear it. Like Kai Sinat is
mm,
considered the biggest streamer in the world,
mm.
right?
Yeah,
Pella is the equivalent of Kai Sinat in Africa.
yeah.
There is no bigger. I think somebody's saying my.
Yeah, someone is saying your audio is poor. I think it breaks off like 3 seconds. It goes down and then it
Okay.
comes up. Yeah,
Is
so
it
just
better now?
yeah, it's better.
NSC, let me see. Let me know if it's better now.
And that's your name is let's hear from you. And then drop your comments, okay? I'll be reading them as we go along. Your comments, we need your opinions as well.
If it's better, let me know so we can move on.
Okay. It's better
Okay.
now. If there is
Okay, good.
anything, I'll prompt you.
Okay, good. Thanks, Ben.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah. So, I think they've taken a full-time job in making
Mm,
themselves, competition to
mm,
Nigeria or
mm,
Nigerians as well.
mm,
Um, like, okay, as I was saying earlier,
mm.
Pella is the African equivalent of Kai Cenat.
Yeah.
Kai Cenat came to Ghana.
Mm,
I think the Minister of Culture
mm,
arranged some serious pomp and pageantry
mm,
for Kai Cenat. They danced and welcomed him to Ghana and all that.
mm,
This is the African Kai Cenat.
mm,
You may not like his face. You may call him a small boy. But
mm.
it is what it is. He's got the numbers. Nobody is bigger than him when it comes to streaming in Africa.
Yeah.
So you have seen big people, Anthony Joshua, on his platform. You
Yeah.
have seen, yeah, you have seen Davido on his platform. These people are bigger than Shatawali.
Way, way bigger. Way, way
Yes,
bigger.
these people are way bigger than Shatawali.
Mm,
So if these people could take advantage of what this guy has to offer, why can't Shatawali take advantage of his fame and
mm,
his numbers? So why? I think some people just like to dwell on negatives. It's
Mm.
simple. And because it's Nigeria, it has always been like that. If it's Nigeria, some people pretty go just stand. Forgive my French, please. You
Yeah.
understand?
Well expounded. There's
Mhm.
no forgiveness here.
So the thing is, it has become commonplace that anytime it's coming from Nigeria, some people just want to see. The only thing you want to see is um,
Mm.
competition. You are
Mm.
not number one. Is that
Mm.
you are not a competition. You
Mm.
cannot be a competition.
Mm.
You cannot be.
Mm.
Let us see ourselves. Let's see each other based on our strengths and weaknesses, and see how we can complement.
Mm.
That's it. And we grow together. But unfortunately, the
Mm.
Ghanaian entertainment media space
Mm. Mhm.
is a toxic one.
Mhm.
I'm sorry to say, the Ghanaian entertainment media space is a very, very, very toxic one.
Mm. Mm.
And Ghanaian entertainment media space and the people, or rather, the personalities that people it have caused more harm than good for Ghana, the growth of entertainment in Ghana.
Mm.
And
Mm.
I'll tell you how. This is the age of internet. It's an age where information spreads like this really very
Mm.
fast. So you say something, bah, you don't know who has heard it.
Mm.
You don't know who has seen it.
Yeah.
Now, should there be should you be surprised as to why people like Burna Boy don't come to Ghana anymore? Whiskey once had a house in Ghana. Is it a surprise that Whiskey does not come to Ghana anymore? He likes Ghana so much that he got a house there. So all these things are not just happening. There are reasons, and the reason is because the people that man your entertainment media space, the things they say
Yeah.
are,
Misinformation and emotions.
are unguarded. And if
Mm.
you think that these people you are trying to, malign, if you think they are not hearing or seeing the things you say, it's a lie. They see.
Yeah.
Because even if they don't get to see, somebody sees and tells them, oh, this is what they are talking about you in Ghana. You understand? Okay, that's it. That's what you are seeing happen. It's as simple as that. You will not be showing love to the people who constantly try to malign you online at any given opportunity. So that's what you see. Now, this is what is happening to this is what Pella is a little boy. Forget the fame. Let's take the personality. Put the personality into perspective. Pella is a little boy. And you see people, of course, the people commenting on social media, vast majority of them would be older than Pella. So many of them will be 30, 40, 30, 35, 40.
Mm.
For a boy less than 20 years old. And everybody,
Mm.
you can imagine.
Yeah.
You understand?
Mm.
But we were happy when Kai Sinat came. We all were happy when Kai Sinat came. So it therefore means that somebody has somewhere in his mind that if it's a Nigerian, he's a threat rather than um, adding value to the entertainment industry of Ghana. He's a
An
threat.
asset. Yeah.
Yeah.
Rather than
So
being an asset.
yeah, rather than I said he's a threat. And we don't want any threat in our system.
Mm.
So that's what I can say with
Mm.
respect to that.
That's quite expansive. I like your submission now. It is this particular one. One thing I like is that there are a lot more positive, 80% positives. Now, you could see that the few negatives are coming from people who, number one, want content. I want to feel belong. Now, let's get this narrative right. Let's get this active that this young man is a blessing to a lot of creatives. Now, like you said, Pella has been a blessing to big stars, even way than Shatta. And to this comes to the topic. I don't want the future that another topic will come up because they've done same between Burna Boy and Shatawali. They've created and concocted stories around Shatta and Burna Boy's relationship in the past. But this one is clear. We know that Pella expressed interest to visit Shatawali. Yes, we know. And that is what a lot of Ghanaians are chanting their hopes on. But this boys come in, and as we've seen with every creative who links up with this boy, gets a lot of enormous appeal in the international and African space. So let's come back to the narrative. I'm doing this video because I want it to be on record that Pella came and added up to Shatawale's recognition both in the African and international space. We don't want the facts to be twisted in the future that it was Shatawale who made Pella who he is. The young man is already made and is still in the process of gaining, his madeness and international appeal. So let's not twist the fact and say that it is Shatawale who made Pella. What do you have to say about that?
Well, it doesn't change anything. You cannot change a people's ways. If it has happened in the past from the last time to Afrobeat to Burna Boy, you know. So if tomorrow somebody comes to say Shatawale made Pella, just like it has been happening, nobody will give a hoot about it. You understand? How many Nigerians have you seen come out to debunk the story about Fela learned Afrobeat from Ghana? Burna Boy was made by when Burna Boy's career was crashing. Um, Shatawale was the one who resurrected it. So it's just going to be one of those things. You understand? And I think Nigerians are not perturbed about those kind of talks anymore. You understand? I I was on podcast, one Ghanaian podcast, some 4 weeks back, and I encountered some Ghanaians, and they were saying those things are. Uh, so, luckily, thankfully, the Ghanaians, the positive people, positive-minded people, were more than the few ones who were saying the same old story that has been circulating around this Ghanaian media space. It made my job very easy. So those were the people who were coming against the other ones, and to the point that they could not talk, they could not say anything anymore. So the thing is, it's not a widespread acceptable thing that we learn anything from anywhere. Now you said, look, if you abuse my mother, I will never forgive you. If you remember that time, the incident between Burna Boy and Shatawali.
Shatawale.
Shatawali went as far as abusing Burna Boy's mother. I'm not doing you anything now. You understand? He went as far as abusing Burna Boy's mother. And you think that has created a terrible, I mean, it has created a bad blood. You understand? And unfortunately, we should be very careful. The internet does not forget. You just one random person may just have stored that thing, saved it somewhere. You understand? So as mature people, it is incumbent upon us to caution ourselves. You understand? To have deterrence. Know, measure the things we say. You understand? Somebody went on stage, say fuck all Nigerian artists. And you expect forgiveness? It is unforgivable. Because they didn't do you anything. They didn't provoke you, they didn't talk to you, they did not offend you. And you think they did not see it, they didn't hear it. You understand?
Yeah.
So what you are seeing now that Shatawali is doing, maybe damage control. You understand? What he did has been done. You know, it's just that a lot of people may have forgotten. However, so I hate to sound self-righteous, But a lot has happened from the Ghana entertainment media space that is making Nigerians pull back. You understand? And it's as simple as that. So now the young guys coming up in Ghana, fresh guys who may want, who are looking to um, break into the markets, break even with their music. You have put them in a position where they have to explain themselves, where they have to be watchful. You get That's what it means now. Now look at what is happening. I have been following, very, very carefully. What is that name? Kitty or was it? No, not Kitty.
Kwame Eugene,
No, not Kwame Eugene. This boy.
Black
Um,
Sheriff,
no, not Black Sheriff.
Kojo Black,
Olive the boy. Olive the boy.
Olive the Boy. Okay.
I feel very sorry for that boy. The young man has come under fire on every occasion he has to make appearance at a TV station or radio station, online, any interview. The issue of him sounding Nigerian must come up. You understand? I'm not Igbo. I know I look Igbo. I'm not Igbo. You understand? The issue of what's it called? Home sounding Nigerian must come up. Number one is that if you claim to be a creative, you must understand that nobody knows what's going on in the mind of a creative. It is a unique place. You understand? And it's a function of what he has assimilated, it's a function of his making, it's a function of his exposure, a whole lot of things. You understand? And that boy comes out every time. Every time he goes for an interview, and the Dusty was it last week was still asking him about him sounding Nigerian. Um, so many others. You get so, but nobody has ever asked Stonebwoy why he sounds Jamaican. Has
Hypocrisy.
someone? But it's okay to sound Jamaican. Jamaica is 10,000 kilometers away from you. About 10,000 kilometers away from you. But it's okay to sound like somebody who's that far from you, as against sounding like somebody who's just two borders away from you. So you make it make sense.
Mm. Mm.
You have claimed that you own Afrobeat. Now, your people doing Afrobeat, tell me how you want to do Afrobeat and not sound like the original. Because if you must sing reggae dancehall, you have to put in a bit of patois. Yeah. So now they sing. Your people are singing Afrobeat, something that you claim you own, or they are singing it with the very original accent and style. You are telling them that how can you sing the Afrobeat and not sound Nigerian? Because it's Nigerian.
Yeah.
You understand?
Yeah.
So, but now you have left the matter. What you are doing is attacking them. That why are you sounding Nigerian?
Mm.
So what do you the pressure the Ghanaian people are putting on their creative is enormous. I'm
Mm.
telling you, it's tough to be a creative in Ghana.
Mm. Mm.
I feel
Huh.
sorry for. I feel sorry for. Look at Black Sheriff. The Wellen Boys. That's his
Mm.
new one of his new. I mean, a single from his. I mean, sorry, a number from his new album. I went on the what's it called? I went in comment section and I saw people saying he's always sounding the same. He was always sound. He's Ghanaian. What do you want him to? What do you people want? Face your front.
Hmm. Interesting.
Face your front. What do you want? You know that's the problem.
And it's quite interesting to know that I didn't want to share this, but since I'm with you, I think this is the right time to share. I decided to put some Ghanaian acts on my channel so that at least I can promote them to the African space. I don't know if you saw the lady. Some of them came and they were like, "We don't understand why you're Ghanaian, but you speak factually of Nigerians that much." So before the interview began, that's what happened. Why? Why is it? I said, "You don't get what I'm doing. I'm not doing and operating the channel because I'm a Ghanaian. I'm operating the channel because I want to do Pan-Africanism. And if I want to do Pan-Africanism, it means that I need to drop my bias and say it as it is. So if you come there with a Ghanaian mentality that I am coming to sound Ghanaian to fight and say what is not it, then I can equally start a channel. And this is how Ghanaian channels are. You need to wear who you belong to. So if I start a channel, I need to consider who I want to speak for. If I want to speak for Stonebwoy, then who I should target the most is Shatawali. Hate Shatawali, hate Shatawali. And then all the Beam Nation fans of Stonebwoy will come to my channel, subscribe for me, and then we do it together. I can show you channels who are also for Shatawali. They hate on Stonebwoy, hate on Stonebwoy. All the camp of SM will join, and then they will love, that. And it's easy to gain numbers with that. But one thing is that anybody who is level-headed and well-learned will look at your channel and know that you are pushing a selfish agenda. What I'm doing is unpopular. If I had wanted to make money out of the Ghanaian industry, it would have been easy. Because all I need to have is an insultive tongue and then a biased look and then be very, commanding. And then that is it. So let me come back to the next question. When you bring people here, the moment you sit down, you decide to hit them with the facts, then the Ghanaian entertainment industry education comes in. We taught Nigerians this. We made them this. We gave them this platform. How negative is this going to affect the next generation of Ghanaian youths?
It is affecting already. We thought about how negatively it's going to affect. It's affecting already. I feel sorry for Black Sheriff. Black Sheriff is one hell of a dope artist.
Mm.
He's not supposed to be struggling at the moment.
Mm.
When Nigerians said at that time that they had turned their backs, they turned their backs actually.
Yeah.
That's what has happened. Is it that Black Sheriff is not still doing good music? He's doing as good music as he came out at that time.
Mm.
So what's happening? It's an emotional thing when you stand 2 borders away from you, from another country, and you're throwing jibes at that country. Unprovoked. Unprovoked.
Mm.
So what do you expect? They should come and be giving you flowers.
Mm.
It's not natural.
Mm-mm.
You understand? It's not natural.
Mm.
And nobody is saying you shouldn't have self-pride or pride for your country. It's the best thing to do. But pride for your country does not mean you should throw jibes at other countries. It's a bad thing to do. It's a bad place to be at.
Mm.
It's a bad place to be at.
Mm.
It's affecting already.
Mm.
Now,
Mm.
these youngsters are not. They don't feel free coming to Nigeria to do promotion.
Mm-mm.
Yeah, they don't feel free
Mm-mm.
because there's a perception that has been created that what those lies they tell that Nigeria has 80-20 and all that. So
80-20, they don't support you, they won't give you relevance, they are not going to mind you.
thank
And
you.
I always say that I have been there. The people who have really worked are enjoying the relevance.
Yeah,
Do you know that I was shocked to see Black Sheriff on Nigerian TV stations in my hotel room? I switched Black Sheriff. I said, even after canceling Black Sheriff, he still has some love in the country. I saw
yeah.
Amare Song. I saw Tyler. Tyler visited recently. Tyler was on your TV. So it means that if you strategically give Nigerians love without faking it, they will give it back in return.
It's as simple. Look, let me tell you something.
Mm.
At least I grew up in Nigeria until say age 40 before I left Nigeria. We don't know hate.
Mm.
We don't know
Mm.
hate at all.
Mm.
We are loving. We just like to enjoy life.
Mm.
That's who we are. You understand?
Mm.
Just as much as we are loving, we are fighters too.
Mm.
You
Yeah.
understand? Yes, we are gangsters,
Mm. Mm. Mm.
and we are never ashamed of it.
Yeah.
You see that Ashawo girl where they talk say make Ghanaian people go the pound fufu, na then they do hook up. We own who we are.
Yeah.
We know yeah, that's who we are. We're not ashamed
You
to
don't. You
say
don't. You don't be act
no,
like you are chameleon. You are
no,
this and
no. We know that's who we are. So that girl we see so we talk that in a Nigerian, she be now our Peking. Waiting she they do video wrong, oh, but that's she represents us. You get, and we will never disown her. Yes, she's off the line. But the thing is, we are who we are. Proud people. Now, the thing is, look at South Africa.
mm.
Very proud people.
Mm.
Very, very proud people.
Yeah.
They know what they do, they stick to it, they follow it through.
Mm.
You understand?
Mm.
Kwaito has been as old as you can think of.
Mm.
Hmm?
Mm.
They have been doing their house music, their electronic music for very many years. Then they morphed, that sound morphed into Amapiano.
Mm. Mm.
You understand? And
Mm.
when Amapiano started making waves, what did we do? We cashed in on it. We took it global. South Africa, have we had that quarrel that we only the police from us?
Mm.
Nigerians have always acknowledged that South Africans own an Amapiano. And look at
Yeah.
the Amapiano Nigeria does.
Mm.
We fuse the Amapiano maybe with Afrobeats, you understand?
Mm.
That's it. It's adaptation, you know? And South Africa has never come out to cry that they stole our Amapiano. They are even happy.
Yeah. Because after the videos feature with Musa Keys, it gave Amapiano the popularization and international, ear.
Nigeria has had more collaborations with South Africa.
Mm.
Nigeria has shot more videos in South Africa.
Mm.
In fact, if you remember the days of the band, Two-Face, Wande Cole, and the likes,
Mm.
Nkosi, Ike Kuku, where were they shooting their videos?
Over there.
It was in South Africa. Olu maintain all those their videos. It was in South Africa they were shooting their videos.
Was Temptation remix with Alaye shot in South Africa?
I think so.
The environment looks like
In
that
South Africa.
because I still love that song. It's still on my
Yeah.
machine.
Yeah. In South Africa.
Mm.
No, Temptation. This now Temptation. I think that was
Yeah, the
America.
remix with Alaye
I'm not sure. I'm not sure.
might be US, right? Because it was too beautiful.
I think that was US.
US.
You
Okay.
understand? Now, South Africa has never complained. You understand?
Mm.
There is no controversy as to who owns Amapiano.
Mm.
You understand? So, but all these kind of arguments, they call that pushback.
Mm.
I mean, I don't want drama. You understand?
Yeah.
Go if you Google it between Nigeria and South Africa, who have we had more collaboration? I mean, between South Africa and Ghana, who have we had more collaborations with? It's South Africa.
Mm. Mm.
And yes, we
The
don't have
video,
all.
the video recently said it on Breakfast
Yeah,
Show.
we don't have this back and forth that we own Afrobeat. This one came to learn from us. So let's go back there, self. Don't let's go back
Yeah.
there.
Yeah.
Mm,
It's too
mm,
childish.
mm. So all those things really they have caused a dent in the relationship that
Mm.
should forge a common front for progress.
Mm.
Really, you understand?
Yeah.
It is. Um, Leo Messi. I am not Hausa. I'm an Edo
It's
boy.
not Hausa. Let me read comments a bit from the top. Osas is saying nice to see you live. Thank you, Osas. I too love TJ. I love you too, Osas. NR1 is saying hello, Nigerian brothers. I salute you, NR1. Emmanuel Ikoko. Okay. Emmanuel Ikoko. NR1. Is that your name? Osas is saying exactly. Shatawali wants to get attention through Pella. And Nessie or Nemisi Aziz is saying the audio of your guest. I think we've addressed that one. Let me move on. Bentwood is saying you are so hot and majestic. Okay, which of us? Okay. Sunshine Gaming is saying Tange. Is it Tenge Tenge? I think he's trying to say Tenge. Tenge Tenge is from Tanzania, right? If I'm right. And then Bassi in Tunis giving us, a clap. Peter Ahin, I see my Ghanaian brother. I see you. I hope say you'll be positive. Okay, let me read. Niger guys talk to Peter. You did disgrace me. Oh. Pella contacted Shatawali on TikTok to visit Ghana. Shatawali took him as his little brother and welcomed him. They both benefited. Pella needs exposure on the continent. Let me address this before I move on. Peter Ahin, have you forgotten that when Jarvis AI Jadwalita came and then said something which was normal and normal? Oh, I've not seen this guy in Ghana. We even took it more personal than the little girl. We went hard on her. Shatawale came to the defense of the girl. You remember a Nigerian woman sent Shatawale, I think 20,000, is it 20,000 or $2,000 for defending the girl, and then told Pella and Jarvis, no, told Jarvis and Pella that anytime they want to visit Ghana, they should just contact him. So that was the first leverage, from what I know. And that is what I do. Peter, if you don't want us to do facts and you want us to defend Ghana because we are Ghanaians, you're my brother, you won't like me. So that is what I know. So right after that, Stoneboy did a live, Pella joined, fine. And then there was a live session between himself and Shatawali. And the young man decided that, okay, Shatta, you've said I should visit. I think it's time. So let's not be too, owning. We want to own things too much. Ghana, why? Too easy is saying Peter Ayin, or what is your name? You are okay. This is live, so I can read some of these things, not on a podcast. So in Africa, Pella is bigger than Wale, like it or not. Wale know what he's doing. He just want to tap inside the glory, which is not bad. It's not bad because Shatawale's career is not like before. All right, he doesn't have an international appeal too, so he needs this. Ghana, at least let's drop the ego. Abba, God is love. God is love. I salute you, my number one female. I've never seen her face before. Love Shatawali. I did not know before Pella is coming to Ghana, but now I love Shatawali. He's a good person, king of Ghana. You see, Shatta, I think my senior man Suleiman said something. When he started, he was too full of himself. But there is a popular saying that the reality of everything will dawn on you. He's come to a realization that there are certain things I've done in the past. If it were to be today, or it was to be today, I'm not going to do it. So I see this indirectly as Shatawali, cleaning a lot of bad nuts from himself. But the harm has already been done. Like my senior brother said, if you hurt someone and it goes deep, it takes time for the person to heal and forgive you. So let's see. Osas, Ghanaians are too jealous of Nigerians. That one I can say for a fact in the space. God is love. I did not know Shatawale before Pella came to Ghana, and now I love Shatawale. Like even senior man said, he had only heard of himself and Beyonce's song, and then currently on God. Okay, so
But I've known
let's
him
see.
for a long time.
You've known him, but you were
Mm.
adrift from his songs. His songs were not popular, right? To you.
I'm sure the same thing goes for a lot of Nigerians, you understand?
Mm, mm,
Obawale is known for his controversial posture.
mm.
He's not, of course, people know he's a musician, you understand?
Yeah.
But they don't know, nobody cares that much to, dig into the archives to find Shatawale's songs, you understand?
Mm.
Most especially because he does dance
Dancehall.
hall,
Mm,
you understand? That's not
mm.
what appeals to us as
Yeah.
Nigerians.
Yeah. Yeah.
And
I understand.
that's not our cup of tea. You know,
Mm. Mm.
um, the era of dance hall has
Mm.
passed. That thing don't
Mm.
move for Nigeria.
Yeah.
We had the Ajegule type of dance hall.
Mm.
And if you know Daddy Shoki,
Mm. Mm.
if you know Daddy Shoki, Baba Frayo, those
Mm.
that was the era. And that one don't pass. That bus don't go. We
It's
don't
a
forget
cake in your industry. Mm.
we don't forget our like bad habits. You get.
Mm. Mm.
So we have moved on.
Mm.
That's it.
Mm.
So um I used to be a reggae, or rather, even till now. It's just that that's not my focus now. There's
Yeah.
hardly one. All Buju's album, Buju
Mm.
Banton, Sizzla, um,
I think from
Ronnie.
your perspective, you love the legends, the old reggae legends more than the current one.
No, when it was the rave of the moment,
Okay.
yeah, we did it in the 90s.
Mm. Mm.
Shabarangs and all those. We
Yeah.
did it in the 90s, early
Yeah.
90s.
Yeah.
But that era don't pass.
Yeah.
We control the space now. We determine what we play in our space.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
and Afrobeat has flooded everywhere. So it's
Yeah.
difficult for us to accept any other thing coming to that
Yeah.
fold. That's the
Yeah.
issue.
Yeah. Yeah.
Mm.
Yeah. Yeah. Okay. So Bless Coben is saying this guy's voice, they familiar. Oh. No, but this guy, they fire stick life that time. He's
Uh,
talking
who,
to you.
who, who talk that? Who be that person?
Bless Godman. Bless Godman. He's
Oh,
asking.
na me.
Oh, it be you. Okay. Okay. So
Mm.
the guy is very, smart. He they observe. He's very
We dey
observant.
observe, we dey observe. I know see my
Okay.
face when I just voice the hair.
Oh,
All day your head, bro.
bro. I see. We'll talk about that. When I'm done with the comments, we'll talk about that. God is love is saying God bless Shatawali and Pella. Peter Ahin is saying someone Shatawali supported and gave him VIP treatment is bigger than him. Bigger than him with money, achievements, or on TikTok. Pella was happy visiting Ghana and had a nice trip in Ghana. Ghanaians, I
I
think
salute Gobino. Mm.
I see. I don't want to comment. You see, we I think another problem is that God, that thing in our national anthem, God bless our homeland Ghana and make our nation great and strong. I think our patriotism is making us, I don't want to use the red. You see, patriotism is also understanding that facts are facts. I don't know if I'm right.
So,
So if the video is filling an O2 arena and is currently within our generation the biggest artist, why would you raise argument to find an artist in Ghana to buttress the fact that he's also bigger? That is the problem. We want to be patriots even if the facts are not saying so. And that is my problem with my countrymen. Peter, I beg, comment, but drop your Ghanaian thing and write it with facts, my brother.
no, I think I need to make a correction here.
Okay.
No time to drop his Ghanaian thing. It's a
Mm,
personal thing. He has chosen to be emotional. You
okay.
understand?
Sentiments.
But the thing is, mm,
Mm,
rather than being emotional,
sentiments.
rather than being sentimental, why not just go? Google is there. If you were not born at that time, I'm fortunate to have been born at that time. You understand? So I know the trajectory, the evolution.
Mm,
You get what I'm
okay.
saying? And
Yeah.
you don't come on people's lives to throw insults. It's not a good way to relate.
Okay.
It doesn't make people perceive you as somebody who is intelligent when you come outside
Okay.
to throw insults. You understand? Because
Mm,
you're saying the guy is just yapping. Don't do that. It's not
mm.
because I don't see you. In fact, I can even choose not to even read your comment or read it and even ignore
Yeah.
it.
Yeah. Yeah.
It's a childish way to operate. Mhm.
Yeah. Mm,
Well, all of us I hide under the anonymity of social media, and we press keyboards and start to abuse people.
mm.
If you see me, you're not going to talk to me now. So don't do
Yeah.
that. It's a bad place to be at.
I think you are directing it to Peter, Peter Ahin.
Yeah.
Hmm. Okay, Queen Best replied, Peter. Queen Best, I salute you. Hey, my queen, it's been a while. Oh. You bore me or you vex me. Peter Ahin, fact matters. If Niger guys talk too much, Then you need a little more facts. This visit came about when Jarvis, the AI, visited him. Shatawali told both Jarvis and Pella any other time he would host them. Wow, well expounded. I have said that before, and I think you've added your opinion. Leo Messi is saying, is it Messi from Barcelona or copycat? Okay, bro, Ghana, Asamoah best. Okay, thank you. Nigeria, bro, you Igbo. He's answered that. God is love is saying he's from Edo State. I think you said that last week, right?
Yeah, I'm from Edo
Yes.
State.
Yes. Let me flip on. Blick Boy is saying, do you sell fish? Let me skip that one. Peter Ahen was Shatta. If Shatawali visits him, he will take care of him too. Just already it's true. Because if don't you get it? If Pella is coming, do you expect Pella to take care of himself? Automatically there was an invite and an agreement. And Shatta needs to show how hospitable he is. And that is the only positive side I know. There are some positives about Shatta. He's the giving type. I think he's the only Ghanaian artist I know to be giving on the street. So I think it is what it is. Hamza, okay, I'm not going to read that one. Let me see. Nesi Onimisi Aziz is saying the hate coming out of Ghana towards Nigeria is unimaginable. There are many Ghanaian YouTubers who open a channel dedicated for denigrating Nigeria. Nigerians only sometimes reply or just ignore them. Interesting. Bro, just yapping. Everyone love Nigerians. Okay, that's your opinion. Nah, God is love is saying, Bilok, you are the one who is interesting. Somebody saying, Peter, in your mentality low, Omo. All right, God is love is saying, God bless Africa. Let me read two more comments and I'll come back. Thank you, Abdul Suleiman. Through no Ghanaian has ever bothered about Blacko sounding Jamaican, but they are always maligning Kojo Black for sounding Nigerian. Queen Best is saying, but in controversy, you can still push your narrative. Playing safe is no Pan-Africanism, but not wanting to hurt and Nigerians don't fall for safe zone. Bass. Okay, bring out the best. Thank you, Queen. It isn't about low mentality. It's a win-win for both Pella and Shatawali. Pella first time in Ghana. Wow, massive for his brand. Ghanaians show love all the time. Peter. Hmm. I think of all your comments, this is the most sensible one to me. Anyways, I think we'll come back to them. Let me read last two. Some Ghanaians are very funny. How did they teach someone something you know nothing about? Interesting. Nigeria loves to catch cruise. Okay. I'll come back to the comments. A lot of them. All right. Uh, Bosman, we'll come back to your live session. Somebody has exposed you positively. So, you are on a live with Fire Stick. We'll come back to that during
I
the
was gonna
last
actually, I was gonna actually send you the link.
Okay, please
I'll
do.
send you the link. Don't worry.
Please do. Because you remember last week I told you that I listened. You observed that last week I was listening to you a lot. I was not coming in. I was just observing you. I'm good at that. I love to observe people within the first 20 minutes of my encounter with them. And I found out your in-depth knowledge and non-bias, reportage and breakdown of things. And I would love to have you more on the live session. I think next weekend we'll do it again.
Really?
But this time I'll bring one more guest so that we'll have diverse opinions.
Good.
Let's come back to this one thing. I think it falls within what Queen Bess just wrote. As a Pan-Africanist, I don't know if it's only my channel. Anytime I try to, there is this something I've been thinking about. There are controversies where I try to hammer it. It affects my channel a lot. I think it's because of my Pan-African stance. When there are controversies and I try to come in, you see my channel hots a bit. And then another thing too is there are a lot more Ghanaians expressing interest to be here. Now I'm finding it difficult for them to come because the moment they sit down and Nigerian questions come to bear, then the twist will start. No matter how I try to defend it, they will still spew it and go. Before we come to the last ending, we've delved deep into the Pella thing. How can Ghanaians and how are Ghanaians going to learn how to, fix and then go along with the Niger-Ghana love? Because 20 years ago, it was beautiful. TikTok will release a hit song. Tony Tetwila will be on it. And in Tony Tetwila's verse, we say Fefe Nefe. Nigeria, I always say that Nigeria never uttered a word. Like you said with you in South Africa, that, Ghanaians are having some hit songs in the past, so we are teaching them. Those things were never from Nigeria. They accepted Ghana. Kenny's music added up a collaboration thing, which saw Tony Tetwila, VIP, all these songs knitting together. And that was beautiful those days. Nigerians started taking over, and instead of us to do same and using collaborations and love and positivity to win Nigerians to our side, we are becoming like this. And then saying, now we do this for them, now we do this for them. How can the next Ghanaian youths, because I fear for the next upcoming youths, by the time they come and then the relationship is soiled, they will not get the needed relevance, because we need both of us. How can we build that bond again as a Pan-African minds?
It's a very sticky situation now.
Mm,
I'll be
mm,
very sincere to you. And the reason is that, you see, the media is the most powerful tool in the hands of people.
mm,
You don't leave such, you know, a machine in hands of emotional people. No, you
mm,
don't.
mm,
The media, look, before social media, we had just the terrestrial media.
mm.
And what did everybody across the world know about American pop culture? Because they headed the media. So
Yeah,
they sold their culture to us. They sold the gang culture. They sold
yeah.
the hip hop culture. They sold,
Their
you know,
dressing, their
yeah, they
hoodies,
sold
their
everything
jeans.
to us. So, and that formed a perception in our minds to the extent that all we wanted was to, go to America, live the American dream, because they painted America like heaven to us. You understand? Now the thing is, social media has democratized the space. You now, from the comfort of your home, you have your phone, you are connected to the world.
Mm,
Everybody sees you. You
mm,
have a role to play. You are creating impression and perception across the world. Kojo Sheldon is sitting in Ghana, has 7 million subscribers on YouTube. It's not a joke. Little Pella, very, very little Pella, has over 13 million subscribers. You have people from across the world, Anthony Joshua, appearing on his live. It's not a joke.
mm,
So this tool is huge, and we hold the world in our palms. What do we do with it? Instead, what people are doing with it is to see how they can cause, division between nations. So it's that same tool that you have used to cause division that you will still use to correct the mistakes that have been made. But now the problem now is, do you even realize you are making a mistake?
mm, mm.
You understand? So
Yeah.
that's why big up to people like you know, who have deemed it necessary to come out, regardless, against all odds. They have deemed it necessary to come out to, um, cause a disruption.
Yeah, it has affected my relationship with a lot of Ghanaian entertainment
It
people.
should,
They
it
see me
should, of
as
course. It should,
mm,
of course. You
mm,
know, it
mm,
should, of course. So the thing
mm.
is, that's what you are doing. That's what a couple of other people are doing. You understand? There are some Ghanaian YouTubers who are, regardless against all odds, they're coming out like just like you. You're not the only one.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
DJ Pakurich is doing the same thing. I think there's one other guy, I've forgotten his name. He's doing the same thing. How many Nigerians do you see? How many? Tell me on YouTube or Facebook or anywhere. Come out to malign Ghana.
Mm,
You know what we discuss in our country?
mm,
Tinubu is bad. Things are expensive. the country does. Those are the things that concern us because those are our immediate problems.
Mm.
You understand?
Mm.
Do you know where I get to know about Nigerian musicians' exploits? From Ghana social media pages.
Mm.
Because nobody now, okay, today now I saw that okay, Rema shut down somewhere in, is it Ashake shut down somewhere in, at least yesterday, Ashake sold out show, Rema sold out show.
Mm.
Now Ghana media, no Nigerian media, they carry those things.
Mm.
You understand? We don't care. Well, it brings what's it called? It brings some sense of pride to you, but it's not your focus.
Mm.
You understand? So it's from
Yeah.
Ghana media. I get me personally. I get to say all these things. I think I don't think that Nigeria gets YouTubers with Ghana. I don't think so.
Mm.
I don't think so. Ghana get YouTube pages. You understand?
Mm.
So the thing is, the social media machine that we have in our hands. Let's learn to use it right.
Mm.
Let's learn to use it right. Let's learn. No, okay. Now, since you've been claiming Afrobeat, Pella came to learn. You taught Nigeria this and that. Has it changed anything? Has it improved your standing in the world music position? Has it uplifted your entertainment industry? Has it done anything? So I think at that point, we now, when we think and arrive at that juncture, then we should now start asking questions. Okay, what have you done for us? Why not let's stop, pipe down on this thing and retrace our steps and say, okay, let's push positive narratives that will bring
Mm.
about progress and development. It's as simple as that.
Yeah.
Because the things you have been saying, they only hurt you. You are the one saying them, they hurt you because they don't translate to reality. They don't
Mm.
translate to you progressing. They don't translate to the numbers. You understand? I can say for a fact that somebody as small as what's his name, Ruga, not Shatawali, Stoneboy, all of them,
Mm.
they don't have Ruga's number. No, they don't. Ruga came out how many years ago?
Few years ago.
They don't have his numbers. So the thing is, leave all those narratives. And unfortunately, it is not the artists that do these things. Have you ever heard Sarkodie come out to talk bad about Nigeria? It has never happened. You understand?
Yeah.
So it is these people who have data and they have phone. They have succeeded in destroying a relationship that can bring about progress.
Exactly. Mm.
You understand? It's they have destroyed from
Mm.
Andy Doty to Sammy Flex to
Mm.
Kwame Dazi and those little boys on TV3.
Um, what was their name? Three Music. Are you talking about Three Music?
Yeah, Three Music. Those little boys there.
Jay Foley.
They Foley. That one
You.
is the most. That one is the most flippant of them all. You understand? They don't talk nonsense. You know.
Yeah.
Um, but I like Cyril. Cyril is mature.
Yeah. He's
Um,
always
he's
non-biased.
he's a piece of brain. I like to hear him speak. He's like
Mm.
music to my ears. You
Mm.
understand? And those they just talk nonsense.
Mm.
Now go on the Nigerian side. Do you hear Nigerians coming to compare Ghana to Nigeria? So
Never.
these things should stop. It
Mm.
has this when
Mm.
when they discuss about Ghana music not breaking boundaries, they don't talk about the effect of the people who come on social media to do all these things. They don't talk about it.
Mm.
You understand?
Mm.
Because okay, Davido did not have any quarrel with anybody. Whiskey did not have any quarrel with anybody. Why don't they come to Ghana anymore? Because they hear and see all these things you say about them. It
Mm.
goes it goes very, very far.
Yeah.
Simple. So
Mm.
the Ghana social media pundits
Mm.
who retrace their steps and curb the things they say out of national pride. It's not helping. It's not helping, and
It's not.
it has informed the perspective a lot of Ghanaians have. And like I told you, I was watching one guy, three guys in the US, three Ghanaian guys, and they had their podcast. They were talking about music, and one of them is a Muslim, and he was saying this is Ramadan. Wallahi, I swear to God who made me, I'm fasting. Nigeria got their music from Ghana. You can imagine such kind of things. You understand?
Mm.
And it's what they hear and see on Ghanaian media space. So
The
all those things,
education they are giving them.
and you think Nigerians are happy, they'll be folding their arms to say, okay, to the point that, okay, look at that Efia Santewa
Mm. Singaton.
thing, and she came out and said, Nigerians want me to fail. How is it Nigeria's business? The Nigerian lady did her own,
It
she
was
didn't call
Abasi.
out any, she didn't call out any country. You understand? And the next thing you saw was that people went on their podcast and started abusing that Nigerians are not supportive. How many things Nigeria want to do? But this music and entertainment thing is not our problem. Our problem is hardship that we are facing in our country. That's our problem. You understand? But people major on the minor. Very intangible things are the things that people come to express so much emotions about on social
Mm.
media, and it has caused a lot of problem for the growth and development of the industry.
Wow. Thanks for your submission. We are just guys, we are just some few minutes, like 2, 3 minutes rounding up. I'll read comments, but I have, final two questions to ask him. Pella is really enjoying in Ghana. Pella has really been given that hospitality from Shatawali. I hope there are no strings attached. I hope it's just love, love, love. They are exhibiting. And in the long run, it's also helping Shatawali. Now, I just read some few minutes ago that some of his song particularly, not some of his song, on God is making waves.
It was when after that, I think after
The Jamaica, the Vibes Cartel Jamaican
what,
thing.
well, after Jarvis visited,
Mm,
when Shatawali now said that Jarvis would come and he would drive her in his Lambo, the song picked up.
mm,
You know, then yeah, because I heard some reflex say, what's going on? That this is unusual. Shatawale has never popped in Nigeria. You understand?
mm,
So
mm,
Shatawale is a big musician in Ghana.
mm,
In
mm,
Ghana, he's
mm.
not big in Nigeria. He's not big. The people who have blown in Nigeria, uh, the only person who has blown serially in Nigeria is Sarkodie. That's the only person who has blown serially, like back to back in Nigeria. Then you have you know, King Promise, with that is Terminator, and what's this guy's name?
Camido.
Hamido, yeah, with Sugar Cane. Yeah, those are the people. Shatawale has never made a major hit in Nigeria. But with these things, you see, he's making inroads in Nigeria.
So this brings me to the question I was about to ask. It means that Ghanaians don't understand showbiz. It means that we sit in the comfort of our Ghanaian space. To us, we feel that because our songs are making hit waves in Ghana, the song should automatically walk itself to Nigeria. And that is the education I usually share on my channel, that I saw Kwejon Cancer's Lil Wayne's A Country Called Ghana in a cinema in Nigeria. His presence was not felt there. He was not there. If it were to be a Nigerian producer, the stars on that movie will be in Ghana. The movie will be in a lot of cinemas in Ghana. They will pump a lot of money in, and then they will gain the numbers, and these same Ghanaians will cry. I told them, I visited Lagos. I looked at Lagos alone, the kind of life and the kind of, activities, how business minded they are. I told them, listen, if Lagos as a whole, if a state as a whole in Nigeria is bigger than Ghana, it means that how our artists easily get hits in Ghana, like you just release it in the capital, make sure it's trending in the second capital, and then the whole Ghana consumes it. It is not the same way the promotion will be done in Nigeria because they have a bigger market. So we need to sit down and then understand that before we can say Nigerians should play our song, we need to be present and then do more collaboration. We need to be in Nigeria, be on their waves. You are collaborating with Pella, but you don't have the creative mindset to visit Nigeria, collaborate with the well-to-do and then the influencers over there to carry your songs. And I said something during my last podcast that when Nigerians were here 15, 10, 20 years ago, we were saying that they are here to learn, but they were here to promote their songs. That was it. Now they've done that. They have an automatic recognition here. They don't come here to promote their songs anymore. Ghanaians are loving it. Why? Because it was passed on from generation to generation. The product they brought is also not fake. It's original. Nigerian tunes are original. They are staying true to themselves and they are doing quality music. So the work is there for Ghanaians to see. Why are they not doing it? Because we prefer sentiment and emotions. So my question is, how is Ghana gonna understand that we need to promote our songs for Nigerians to hear because they are too big, no, too many to have organic ears to listen to us?
The thing is, Davido has answered that question in his the podcast. I think
Breakfast.
Nigerians are fearless. They are go-getters. They are hustlers. You know. So if you remember in the 2000s, in fact, mid to late 90s, during the Two-Face era, Two-Face was coming to Ghana. All those guys were coming to Ghana. Then in the 2000s, it intensified. Those guys were coming in their numbers to do their promotion. And not just Ghana. I told you we've had better music. Entertainment relationship with South Africa than even Ghana. You understand? It was in the wake of all these xenophobic attacks that Nigeria, just decided to let South Africa be. So the music was making inroads into every other place in Africa, not just Ghana. South Africa we had a better collaboration and relationship with South Africa than Ghana. Then, when South Africa decided to start the wave of xenophobia, Ghana became the hotspot. One, Ghana, 2007 was when Ghana started exploring oil. I remember that time. Yeah. So 2007, then Ghana started experiencing a shift in the economy. So I think that was what birthed the developmental stride in Ghana. And it became a cool place for people to move to. Okay, I think this is a new market. So they started going to Ghana. You understand? If you check, people like Yemi Alade till today are not very big in Nigeria. They are bigger in Kenya, in East Africa. Jay Martins, if you remember, if you remember Jay Martins, at some point had to relocate to East Africa. You understand? Had to relocate to East Africa because he was big. He realized that was a big, huge market for him. Now, this is as a result of how well they have spread their tentacles. You understand? And they became a household name across Africa, waiting for global domination.
Okay.
You understand? So it's not a Ghana thing. Nigerians have walked across, the length and
Yeah.
well. That's why there was one Ghanaian social media personality who he was in South Africa interviewing people and asking them about if they know Ghanaian musicians. They barely knew Ghanaian musicians, but they knew Nigerian
I think
musicians.
is it Shaq the campus boy?
I think so. You
Mm.
know, it was they barely knew because it is the work that has gone that far.
Mm.
You understand?
Mm.
The work has gone far. Mind you, Nigerians are like Fulani headers. We just move. We just move. So you hear people saying, um, Ghanaians and Ghanaians are complaining now that we are flooding their country. Hello, last time we checked, Ghana has over 1.5 million people in Nigeria.
Mm.
I grew up in the midst of Ghanaians in Lagos.
Mm.
Yes, I grew up in the midst of Ghanaians in Lagos.
Mm.
Till today, check. Ghana is $79 billion economy. Lagos
Mm.
alone is $259 billion economy. Lagos, not Nigeria.
Mm.
Lagos is $259 billion economy.
Wow.
Yeah, Ghana is 79 billion. So yes, it is a good place. It is a beautiful place. So why did you make your place beautiful? It's not for people to come.
Yeah,
Eh,
because they will pay taxes too,
thank you.
and
So
there are a lot of opportunities we don't tap. They tap it easily.
you understand?
Mm.
Look, I am fortunate enough to have driven myself, not fly. I didn't fly.
Mm.
I drove myself across Nigeria, big as Nigeria is.
Mm.
Before I left Nigeria, I drove
Wow.
myself across Nigeria. Yes, there's hardly a place I've not been. You see those Igbo people you see, don't joke with them.
Mm.
I've been to places where you hardly find developments, where you see camels. You will find Igbo man's shop there. An Igbo man is not leaving his place because the other place is finer. He's leaving
Mm.
his place because he sees an opportunity in that other place.
Yeah.
So the Igbo man you see building a house in Ghana or selling these things in Ghana is not coming because Ghana is fine. It doesn't have business with Ghana being a fine place.
Mm.
You understand?
Mm.
He's looking at more. Iraq, where the Igbo man they sell market for
For
Afghanistan
them.
and
Mm.
yes, they don't care. But if you say Nigerians, they they come Ghana. So they go and check in Nigeria. Ghana has over 1.5 million people in Nigeria. So it should be your joy that we are coming to your place. Because what's it called? Um, Migration is as old as man.
Mm.
Abraham was born in Babylon. Where did he die? Palestine. That was where he lived his life. So what is it with people complaining that people are coming to our place? They are coming to our place. They are making our houses expensive.
Mm.
It's development. You understand? So it's as simple as that. Those are the dynamics. Yeah. Back to the question you said you were going to ask. I know you have forgotten. You were going to ask me about the.
Yeah, I'm going. I still wanna. I wanna
Okay.
keep it as the last question for the podcast. Then we end, and that is where
Okay.
we are coming to. I quite remember. I said it in my mind behind the scene, but I'm gonna break it because I'm having you on the channel. I like your aura. Let me say, I like your aura.
Thank you very
Very,
much,
very
sir.
sweet aura.
Mhm.
I always tell my people, the few people who have encountered me always think I'm Nigerian because the man who gave birth to me was a disciplinarian and was part of our security force. He was TikTok. My father is very TikTok and I inherited it,
Huh.
So I move like I create things out of nothing in my country.
Bless you.
So it is in no mere fluke when I landed. I kept my stature hidden. When I landed in Lagos, they were like, I mingled easily. People didn't even think I was Ghanaian. My dream is to visit every state in Nigeria. My dream. And then after Nigeria, carry it along to other East African countries and gradually visit Africa. So let's let's shift two of our conversations to next week, the Brazilian Yoruba connection. Sorry, and then my modus and my orientation being so different in Ghana. I don't blend in very well in Ghana. I know why. We'll come back to that next week. But my final question: how did you end up in Fire Sticks live stream?
Interesting. Are you there? Oh, you're frozen.
Like I said, did he
Yeah,
invite you or you were part of the guest?
interesting. I was, yeah, very interesting question. I was just playing on YouTube is my home actually. That's
Okay.
my that's my favorite social media spot. I like
Okay.
to do research and study on
Mm.
YouTube. So I stumbled upon one video where um, there was this there was this Ghanaian guy. His name is Dipoti. He was talking about Ghana teaching Nigeria. So it was a debate between him and one other Nigerian. But the Nigerian had facts, but he was applying emotion and he was trying to shout the Nigerian down. Although the Nigerian held his own, defeated him actually. But the guy was, how do I put it? He was aggressive. So I decided to I DM'd first. I told him I wanted to meet that guy, the Ghanaian guy, and he
Mm.
responded and invited
Mm.
me over. So that was
Wow.
how I got. Yeah, that was how I
You
got.
DM'd Fire Stick
Yeah.
about the deportees,
Yes.
live stream,
Yeah.
and I
Yeah.
learned deportee is Shatta's friend.
Yeah.
I see.
Mm. So I
Interesting.
DM'd I DM'd Fire Stick that I needed to meet with that. I needed to have a
You DM
conversation
Fire Stick on which of his handles?
on TikTok.
Okay.
Yeah, that I needed to talk to. I needed to have a conversation with that deportee guy.
Mm.
So yeah. Um, then he replied and told me, okay, that he was going to be live on Tuesday, but the next day he sent me a DM that there was going to be a conversation around the origin of Afrobeat that I should show up. So I showed up.
Mm. Mm.
You understand? And
Mm.
he started around 12 o'clock, 12
Mm.
midnight. And he played for 2 hours Nigerian and Ghanaian music for two
Music.
hours.
Wow.
Mhm.
Wow.
There was no talk, nothing. So, and people, man, if you check his Twitter space, you have loads of people waiting. So I waited, and eventually, when he came up, he now explained why he was playing the music from the two places for 2 hours. He said he was trying to figure out where the narrative came from that Nigeria learned from Ghana. He said, look, the music that I just played the two different music, they are different. These people is what they have been doing since they're still doing till now.
Mm.
So when I get that talk, say then learn from now. That's why you come. Could you please give me one moment? I want to pee. Please, I beg you.
Okay, go ahead. Go ahead. All right, guys. We are waiting for Suleiman. He's excused himself to go and pee. So as we are waiting for him, let me try and read comments. Let me try and read comments from where I left off. Um. Okay. Okay. God is love is saying Pella is the youngest TikToker with 10 million followers. Peter Ahen is saying Sheldon doesn't have 7 million. He has 700,000 and over. Point of correction. Peter, that was what he was what he was trying to say, but he missed the numbers. He said 7 and then missed the numbers. So you should understand sometimes. Sometimes when we are talking, it's part of it. You go amiss. Calvino is saying not TikTok. Capella is a streamer. Okay, Calvino is saying was Ashaki and Rema that shut down different show this past day. Okay. Ghana create YouTube to downplay Niger. I know a YouTuber, she's a Ghanaian lady. All she posts is things to downplay Nigeria. Interesting. You are very correct, bro. I heard about it from Ghana YouTube about Rema and Ashake. Nigerians just want comedy, hence we do good on comedy skits. Okay, God is love. Shout outs to he's saying shout out to DJ Pacorich, aka Mazi. Okay, that's nice of you. And then Kelvin Sack is saying Sack live in Nigeria. Oh, Sack leave, sorry, in Nigeria. And he understands us Nigeria very well. I think Sarkodie is the very few Ghanaians who have really collaborated with a lot of Nigerians. He understands that collaboration thing. Kudos to him. Queen Bess is saying, Emmanuel, I agree, but he's doing rebranding, which is good. Shatta needs it. Sometimes when you come into the industry fresh, this Ghanaian industry where a lot of violence, you say things and then Shatawali has come to a realization. I know him. That guy, if he's not within that threshold, he wouldn't have done this. He's come to a reality. The best word to underline this is reality is dawning on him. And when it dawns on you, you have no option than to mellow down. So basically, God is love is saying shout outs to Mr. Ajim, our Cameroonian brother. Okay, thank you for that. Shout outs to Ajim. And then Calvino is saying, and Ghana gatekeepers should shush about Ghana thought Nigeria. That thing, is just for numbers. So they do that, and then people are loving them just for Ghanaians to feel okay. But do you know that there are learned Ghanaians who sit back, they don't say anything, but they don't want to be part of social media controversy. They are learned. People are learned. Trust me, they know the fact. Last two comments. Queen Bess is saying, Manifesto, some Nigerians living in Ghana is helping them to Niger, no go buy for their hand. Okay, Kensak is saying, Calvin O, sorry, saying, cause Sak was living in Niger. And then Calvin O is saying, Sak comes to Niger often and mingle with others. And then Stacy is saying, no, that's not right. Stacy, what is not right? Can you come clear? God is love is saying, bad government is our problem. That is what Mr. Suleiman is saying, that they are fixated on solving problems within their country, that they have a lot to do than to worry about what people are saying about them. God is love is saying, Pella carry grace. God bless him. Okay, Stacy, Shepherd is saying, no, this isn't true. Stacy, what? Can you come clear? All right, Stacy, let us know what is not true. We want to know. Because Shatawale is afraid to go to Nigeria because remember his fight with Burna Boy, and I feel if you rebuild this relationship with Burna Boy, trust me, it will be good. You see, I'm ending the comments here. I will read the last ones when Mr. Suleiman is done. But let me answer this one. You see, there is this mentality with my people, and I have to say, we feel that this person came before this person, so I am bigger. That is very childish. The fact that I came before you, I am bigger than you. Now listen, when you come before, let's say my elder brother will always remain my senior brother. As such, it's up to me to respect him, to accord him with his seniority and maturity. I will not take away that from my elder brother. But when God blesses me and God gives me, let's say, $100 million, and my brother has $2 million, the fact is still the fact that I am richer than my brother. Listen, I am richer than my brother because he's my elder brother, but God has blessed me with 100 million, and my brother is having 2 million. So if people are writing their tablets, they will write it that I am richer than my brother. So let's understand that. In that nutshell, you can be coming before someone else came, but that person will gain music dominance, international dominance than you. Let's get that fact and stop this. Shatawale needs Burna Boy now. If collaborating with people helped, or less the narrative Burna Boy collaborated with, and then Shatta made him, then if we switch the pendulum, did Nigerians make Sarkodie? Because all of his songs have Nigerians as collaborations on them. Have you heard a single Nigerian saying they made Sarkodie? Huh? There are a lot more Nigerian artists Sarkodie came to meet. So let's understand this narrative I'm saying. Let's not bloat the ego let Shatawali, who has come to his realization and his senses, realize that he needs the Nigerian space more than ever. And if going to apologize to Burna Boy, and then showing remorse intently, like remorse, self, well, is the way to go. He needs it. Pride comes before a fall. Over to you, senior. Come back to your narrative.
Shatawali and Burna Boy's issue is a closed chapter.
Mm.
Burna Boy, I know, does not forgive.
Mm.
He abused his mother.
Mm.
You remember that time now?
He even did that to his own brother Antidosti.
He abused his mother.
Mm.
So it's a closed, it's a forgotten issue. It's gone. Since when Davido and Burna Boy don't start, they don't settle. You got to
Mm.
talk
Mm.
about it.
Mm.
It's a gone. It's not
Mm.
even now that he's even about he's one of the biggest artists in the world.
Mm.
You understand?
Yeah.
That's in the past.
Yeah.
You understand? So the thing is, where was I earlier? Sorry.
We were talking about the Fireboy DML thing, and then when he invited you.
So yeah. So I got on the space and he said, "Look, I've been listening to music from both sides,
Mm.
and people saying that these people came to learn from us. Where did you
Mm.
get this from?
Mm.
That these people is the same thing. They have only developed on what they have been doing, and our
Mm.
music sounded very different from way back. If anything, now we they even do it in they do now. You understand? But I think we should stop all this. We should stop it. I think we need to stop them. So that was when the conversation now started.
Yeah.
Unfortunately, Deporty was not there that day. It was me and some. I think there was one guy, Big Scanty. There was one other Nigerian guy, boss, and several of us there. So the conversation went on for 4 hours.
Mm.
4 hours.
What?
Yeah, 4 hours. Not be joke.
Mm.
So it was fire for fire. Although majority of the Ghanaians on that live, you know, were not people who had that mindset. No. And in fact, they were even firing the few Ghanaians on the other side, saying, "Stop that! They don't learn anything from you." So we went as far back as
Mm.
late 90s. We took this what's it called Style Plus era. Went as far back. Style Plus.
No.
Olufumi o Mapamilekun.
Okay.
That was late
That's his
90s.
name, right?
No, it was a group.
Okay.
We went as far back as that time, late 90s, early 2000s, when the took place. I mean, Plantation
Is it this
Boys.
song? Olufemi, oh, da, 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 da.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. So we
Okay.
went. Yeah. So we now chronicled events from that time. Stating that at this time, from late 90s, or at least the time that we know about. We're not talking about 70s or 60s. Somewhere late 90s to early 2000s, no Ghanaian music broke into Nigeria. Not one.
Mm.
Not one. The first time a Ghanaian music was going to break into Nigeria, it was VIP.
Mm.
And it was
Ahunkawo.
and it was when VIP and when Kenny's music and Goody's music went into collaboration. That was the first time a Ghanaian music was going to break into Nigeria, and that was Ahunkawo, and it was huge. And after that record, that was the only record, only one. After that time, nobody heard of VIP again in Nigeria.
Yeah.
That was it. But the reign was for long. Then came TikTok, um, TikTok with Tonto Fefenefe. Then Miss Bell at the 16 years. Then and all of them were one 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 one
One,
one
one,
one.
one, one. I think
Yeah.
Patapa. I had Patapa too. One corner.
You may kiss your bride.
Yeah, you may kiss your
Yeah.
bride.
One corner came. You know, all of them. It was one hit, 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 one hit. So we chronicled events like that and how it morphed into this present day. And I was not asking the Ghanaian guy who was arguing. I said, since the early 2000s, in fact, from 90s, we had Two Face and Idris Abdul Karim. They were the two biggest in the whole of Africa.
Mm.
If I'm lying, tell me. Oh.
Mm-mm. You are not lying.
Yeah. Two Face, Idris fell off the line at some point. Two Face carried on from that time till the bunch came out in 2005,
Yeah.
and the two of them held it down. They were the
Mm.
ones winning Channel O,
Mm.
MTV Days, all those awards. It was between Two Face and the bunch. Not
Okay.
just not just in Nigeria, in the whole of
Mm.
Africa.
Yeah.
It was just the two of them.
Mm.
Then when the call came
Okay.
like that. So
Mm.
tell me, I was asking the guy, at what point was any Ghanaian or any other African artist ever above the Nigerian guys?
Mm.
So if you're saying we learned from you, at what point was any other Ghanaian artist
Mm.
ever above the Nigerian guys? No
Yeah.
problem.
Mm.
Okay, so when you talk, there are people who know how to listen. And don't think you're talking to children here. We're not Gen
Yeah.
Zs. You
Mm.
understand?
Yeah.
Sarkodie. I now went as far as asking, he says Sarkodie is the best rapper in Africa. Who gave him that title?
I think it's it's a Ghanaian thing. No?
Who gave
Shatawali
him that
dancehall king.
title?
Stonebwoy also claiming dancehall king. Sakwa the best rapper. It's a Ghanaian thing. So we call it self-acclaimed titles.
Ashake came with these backup vocals. You understand?
Mm.
And people started riding on it. Have you ever heard Ashake come to say he started it?
Mm.
Diamond Platinums in East Africa. If you remember early days in his career, he was
Mm.
always in Nigeria. Always, like saying,
Yeah.
when have you ever heard in Nigeria say, na Nigerians nine plus Diamond Platinums? I mean, I didn't teach him.
Mm.
Has it ever happened?
Never.
So, how do you expect a cordial relationship built on trust and mutual understanding when a media, I mean, the media space of one country is always, you know, on the issue of now we start and then steal
Mm.
them from us, then steal them
Mm.
from us. And Bulldog, in fact, Stonebwoy started one thing. I think one of his interviews early in the day, he said that when Nigerians try to make export in music, they come to Ghana. It's through Ghana they pass. Ghana. Nigeria for the longest time has been the most popular country in Africa. Has been the
Mm.
most talked about country in Africa. Whether for crime, whether for intelligence, whether for just name it.
Mm.
You understand? Because
Yeah.
now Ghana media, you will hear say, there's terrorism in their country. Look, those things you talk about, remember there's no bad publicity. Yahoo boys, all those things have added to the publicity of Nigeria,
Mm.
whether positive or negative. You understand?
Mm.
You know. So the thing is, those things you are happy, you are happy to say. Do they make your own? Do they make you look good? Have you asked yourself that question? What has it added?
Hmm.
You understand? If Nigerians look, bro,
Mm,
here in Europe, here in Europe, hmm?
mm,
Here in Europe, I don't get calls several times. Indians trying to scam me. Not one Nigerian. The guys selling drugs on the streets are Gambians, not Nigerians. Go find out. The guys selling drugs on the street are Gambians,
yeah, that's
hmm?
true.
Not
Mm,
Nigerians. If you get a call, a scam call, trust it's an Indian person. You understand? But of course, we are loud people, so it's easy for because we don't keep quiet. The biggest couriers of drug in the entire Europe are Moroccans. Those North Africans, they are the biggest couriers of drugs. The big, now then they can courier drugs
mm,
for Europe. But
mm.
you don't hear all these things about them. But because if Nigerian don't hit now, they won't buy the biggest car, they won't do the biggest part, so they hear all those things. We don't commit as much crime as people want to paint us. You understand? No, no, we don't commit. We not even did the list. In Ukraine, if you go Ukraine, that is where they fight war. So there are no jobs in Ukraine. You see buildings like
Mm.
skyscrapers. Now mafias get them, they recruit boys where they work for them now scam that they do. Do you understand? I'm telling you about the magnitude of crime that they commit for those places. Russia. You understand? But in Africa, it is very sweet, convenient for most especially sorry, I'm sorry to say Ghanaians, they be Yahoo boys. There are no Yahoo boys in Ghana. Hmm? You're frozen.
I don't know what is going on, but let's try and fix it. Yeah, so we are having slight challenges with the internet that has halted us. Yes, let me add him again. Yeah, welcome back.
Thank you.
Welcome
I
back.
think
That's the. I
your,
think it was internet issues. Yeah.
your internet was frozen.
Yeah. Welcome back.
Yeah, thanks,
Think
man.
we should. You can make your point and then we round up with it. So don't worry.
Yeah, so the thing is, you know, togetherness is better. Are you frozen again? I think your internet is frozen again.
for today because he's educated one or two things. So, Mr. Suleiman, if you just join, I'm here. I'm not going anywhere. I had to refresh the router, the Wi-Fi router. A lot of people are enjoying you, so kindly come back to us. Guys, don't go anywhere. We just have 5. I don't think it's even up to 5 minutes. Just 2 minutes. Sorry. Okay, the the power fluctuated. Sorry, so I had to refresh the router. All right, I had to refresh the router. So I'm waiting for. Let me try and WhatsApp him. Hold on, don't go anywhere. All right, so welcome back.
I think
It
your
was
internet,
from my end. Apologies.
no
The
problem.
light fluctuated a bit, so the Wi-Fi went off and it's back.
Yeah.
So kindly make your point and let's round up the final stages.
Okay. Yeah. So the thing is, we've said so much,
Yeah.
and
Yeah.
we can talk, we can go on and on and on and on.
Mm,
But the thing is, a lot of mistakes have been made. A lot of things have been said,
mm,
and things can still change.
mm,
The Ghana entertainment media space
mm,
should be sanitized.
mm, mm,
Should be sanitized.
mm,
And this was one of the things that Firestick said.
mm,
Yeah, I said there's a lot of um, unqualified persons manning those social media entertainment social media spaces for
mm,
entertainment in Ghana,
mm,
and it's causing a lot of harms.
mm,
So they should use social media responsibly so
mm.
that it can culminate in the positive movement and development that it so desires. Simply
Yeah.
put.
Mm. Yeah. Thank you very much. It's been lovely. I think we've had a fair share of our live session today. So next week Sunday, let's do it. Another guest will join us. We'll have 3 people, and then we do it. Thanks for your opinion. Thanks for coming, guys. It's me. Let me try and read few comments. Few, just few. Deportee said Ghana started first. Deportee knows nothing. Senior man has addressed that one. No. This isn't true. Stacy is still saying this isn't true. We don't know what it should talk. Fire Live. Okay, thank you. And Deportee was saying Ghana made movie first between Ghana. That thing. I've already addressed it on the channel. It's okay. With no fact. I know. We talk with sentiment sometimes, so don't mind us. Um Kelvin is saying this guy always schooled them on Fire Live that Nigeria always had superstars. That's wonderful. He said same here too. And then that's my Benin bro. Keep schooling GH people. Okay. And then this is coming from Peacemaker. Guys, how are you? We are doing great, Peacemaker. Calvin O is saying Stone is two-faced. I knew that for a long time now. I see. How are you doing, my brother? I'm good. Friday, Chukudi. And then this one is coming from be like him data don't finish. It was from me. My Wi-Fi rerouted, so I had to fix it up. And then okay, you are back, brother. Yes, I'm here. When World War Three started, I don't understand. Shatawali started the fracas, sorry, between us, and he knows what to do. Inviting Pella doesn't change the fact that interested. I'm waiting for it. BKY edits. Okay, it will make a lot of sense if we come together as one Ghana and Nigeria. God is love. Thank you all. Thank you. Queen Best is saying bring in a Ghanaian. Yes, that's what I'm going to do. Next week, a Ghanaian will join us, and then we'll have Mr. Abdul Suleiman with us. Okay, so guys, it's been nice having you here. Next week, I'll be fully prepared. I'll try as much to get 2 data connections, 2 different networks, MTN, and then probably Vodafone, and then we'll do it. Okay, so sorry for the hiccups. I'm only with MTN now, Wi-Fi. That is what I normally use. Next week, to avoid interruptions, I'll try and get another network. So if this one, shuts down, I quickly switch to this one. Thank you for coming. Let's do this more often. Don't forget next week and don't forget this week I'm celebrating my Easter with you in Abuja. All right. If there be any need that I want to postpone, I'll give you heads up. I'll like inform you heads up because I'm considering 24th, 25th, but it is still Friday. There's nothing like a change now. All right. It is somebody telling me to come on the 24th, 25th. But personally, I want to come on Friday and then leave on Sunday or Monday. I want to have a feel of how Easter is celebrated in Nigeria. All right. And then once I'm done with all the 4 states in Nigeria, I want to visit East Africa too. Okay. So thank you. See you. All right. I salute you people.